So Garfield Elementary School is located in Revere, Massachusetts. We are a K-5 school. We have almost 800 students. The majority of our students are ELL students, and they're a very diverse population. This year, seeing the shift that we made with the text-based approach to planning, the percentages have almost doubled. With each interim, the grade 4 scores were 12 to 14% above the network.
So to me, text-based planning means you're planning your literacy instruction based on a main text. You're not starting with the standards and building from there. You're starting with some type of story, either a chapter book or a reading passage, and you're using whatever that text lends itself to teach the standards. Where we started was just asking the questions that came in the textbook, and we weren't really putting any thought into them. It was just written in the textbook, and that's what we asked. And then when we started learning about text-dependent questions, we were just asking random questions that asked the students to just cite evidence and prove it. And there was no rhyme or reason to what we were asking. Just as long as we said, cite your answer, we thought that was text-dependent.
Originally, what we started doing was writing the text-dependent questions, and then from there we were writing the prose constructed response. But I found, or we found actually as a team, that it was better to come up with the theme first.
So we'll start with the writing prompt or the focus question, and all of the text-dependent questions that we're asking filter the students into that writing question.
We have used all our text and linked them by one specific theme, and then we create a focus question to tie all the text together, and then each story has its own specific focus question, and the text-dependent questions are aligned to that focus question.
So we're trying to link text together so we can build more upon what we're learning from the main text. So if my main text is about Antarctica, I'm looking for Scholastic News articles, Time for Kids articles, ReadWorks articles that have to do with going on an adventure to Antarctica. So this way we're building upon the same theme.
But the prose constructive question drives what we're going to be teaching.
Right now there is no writing without reading. So in order for our students to produce a piece of writing in our classroom, they will have had to read a piece of text first and then relate their ideas back to what they've read.
Whether it's in science, whether it's in social studies, because I use it across the curriculum. For instance, we did something on the water cycle and the steps. They used their 2-column notes. So by reading their essays, I was able to see if they understood what the water cycle was.
We're reading for the purpose of writing.
The biggest shift I've seen in my students is that they're always able to back up any answer they have with evidence.
Before, kids would just answer questions. Now they're always trying to find more and more ways that they can prove that they found the answer.
They are able to break down prose constructive response questions easily, set up their 2-column notes, and easily find the details to match their main ideas.
And they're even starting to extend, and like you can sort of see the enrichment piece happening, because then it starts getting to that abstract level of, well, I think this means this. So you can start at that super concrete level, and then you can go even further and further into those critical thinking skills.
So the advice I would give to some teachers is don't give up.
Start slow and know that changes aren't going to take place overnight.
Working with colleagues. Because if I didn't have my team working with me, I don't know if I could have done this.
You need to work together. It has to be done as a team.
To gather, to split up the work, and to critique each other's progress.
If you use a team approach to it and you keep going back and perfecting your work, what you end up with, the result is just unbelievable. I mean, our kids are loving reading right now more than they ever have before, and we've come together as a team because of all the sweat equity that we put into this project, and because our results are getting so much higher than they used to be. It's a really great feeling to see your hard work pay off.
I let them go at that point. The prose constructive response, at the end, that's them. That's all them. Because I've taken them there through that journey. I've taken them there. So that when they get to that open response, it's a piece of cake.